Welcome to the Lawless Family Court video series, designed to help you navigate our incompetent and corrupt United States family court system. This video is going to talk about the concept of absolute judicial immunity. This is another big lie and illegal under the Constitution. It's also illegal under federal law, but judges are protecting judges, pretending they have absolute immunity. This prevents federal lawsuits against judges that would balance out the system and act as a check and balance to prevent these abuses. Federal law says you can sue judges for violating your civil rights. The law, and you can look it up or Google it, is U.S. 42, 1983. And it was designed to prevent abuse of power by state and federal officials doing what is called acting under color of law. Judges have been sued and even jailed for abuses like this, but the fact is, most cases are illegally dismissed by federal court judges to protect state court judges. Believe me, I sued my first judge in family court, in federal court, sued him after he broke the law 36 times. And the federal judge just wrote dismissed on the case and said he was immune. This too was an outright act of conspiracy and a lie, because judges are not immune. When they violate your civil rights, they lose jurisdiction and become personally liable for acting under color of law. Power corrupts, and absolute power corrupts absolutely. And the family court system has little by little grabbed more and more power for about 4 decades now. Every time, it is just a question of when that power is going to corrupt the people. Stories surface of abuse of power every week in the United States and around the globe. Police physically abusing people and lying. Prison guards beating and killing people inside prison. Government officials taking bribes and found with a freezer full of cash. This is not conspiracy. This is fact. It is human nature that people that are put in positions of power will often abuse that power. Our founding fathers were geniuses. The older I get, the smarter they seem, and created checks and balances. But little by little, the politicians, legislators, and lawyers have removed these over the last 200 years, and this has allowed the abuse of power to grow with each passing year. You may have heard of the frog in the pot concept. The fact is that if you drop a frog in a hot pot, they'll jump out. But if you turn up the heat on that pot slowly, the frog will cook. Well, the American people have been cooking for 40 or 50 years now by the judicial system and the family court, little by little, moving the bar for their own power. And they've brainwashed people who have not read the Constitution and understand their human rights, common law, and their inalienable rights. Judges are steamrolling these rights, and if you don't demand a right, you don't get it. Over 330 people are estimated to commit suicide every month in the United States alone. I'm pointing out that what's happening is people have no clue that the lawyers and judges are the criminals, and what they're doing is illegal. They're blaming themselves, they're hopeless. And in fact, when I gave a speech at the Lincoln Memorial many years ago at a convention of the divorce and family law reform people, I calculated that during the first 3 years of the Gulf War in Iraq, more people were killed by family court judges than were killed by soldiers. But people don't understand that these judges are criminals, scam artists, and liars.
Iraqi.
People believe their phony baloney stories that they can take away their children on a whim. They can't. You don't have to take my word for it. Read the United States Supreme Court case law and send an email to info@divorceracket.org, and we will email you back lots of case law that applies on the national level in federal courts and also some state case law that these judges are ignoring intentionally for their profit and convenience. They're trying to make you believe you must bow to them and do everything they say, including give lawyers all your money on the path through divorce. But you're being led to slaughter by people who are conspiring for their own profit. People are afraid, and rightly so, as the police and other law enforcement will do whatever judges say, even though the emperor is wearing no clothes. The truth is that the state must prove otherwise to a clear and convincing evidence standard to activate its rights to tell what is going to happen to children and kick in the parens patriae doctrine, which was created to protect children who were abandoned or physically abused. Without that evidence and full due process and strict scrutiny, any custody order that is not 50-50 time for both parents, as per the 14th Amendment of Equal Rights, is an illegal custody order. It is unlawful. It is void because that judge has violated your civil rights. That is how they cover up the scam. Please pass the word. Visit divorceracket.org and fathersunite.org and learn more about this. We'll see you in the next video, and I hope this prevents you from being destroyed by our corrupt and incompetent family court system.